Hey everyone, this is Tom Summers from Bad Habit Barbecue. I'm here to show you how we do ribs. Today's going to be a little different than our competition style ribs. We're going to go ahead and do a salt and pepper using the Judge from the Barbecue Superstore, and then we're going to go ahead and do two ribs just doing the Pork Perfection from the Barbecue Superstore. So let's get started. I got these ribs over at Sam's Club. When I'm looking for ribs, I'm looking for marbled ribs. You can see the striations here of fat. That's what I want. I want something that weighs a little more. Heavier the weight, the better, I think, for ribs. This is 2-pack at 10 pounds, so 2 spares at 5, so that's pretty good. This here is at 9 pounds. Again, you can see the striation of the fat and how the marbling looks there. Let's get into these. Again, you can see the striations in this meat, and that's what I'm looking for. I just take this off my knife. Now again, if you're going to make beans or something that calls for some pork, this piece of meat, you know, if you're doing 5-6 slabs of ribs, that's a lot of meat. Save it, put it in your freezer. Later, you can go ahead and pull it out and make your beans with 3, 4. Fourth bone's usually the highest. I score it this way, so I have this line, and then I come back and make another line, small lines, and then I come back and make this other line, and then come across. And there's your St. Louis cut. And there is your rib tips. Again, if you like rib tips, cook that up. I'm sure a lot of people like that. I personally don't like it. As you can see, all these cartilage pieces in here. It's all, you know, there's bones all through here. But sort of see the bones there. But that's a good piece of meat. I mean, look at that. So I'm going to keep that bone on there. I don't have the little bone. We're just going to go ahead and square that up the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So find that bone. Just make one little cut. Right about here. Just work your thumb underneath there. Just be patient. Sometimes it's going to rip, sometimes it's going to tear. Sometimes you get lucky and you get the whole thing off. I think ribs is probably one of our favorite categories, and that's just because it's where we started, right? Little rib burns. You can go ahead and cook them at your local competitions, and you start there and you grow. And as you grow, you start cooking chicken, and then you start cooking pork shoulders, and then you tackle the briskets, and before you know it, you're in competition barbecue for 6-7 years and seeing success. So there you go. I don't like how you can see this, how if you push down, you can sort of see that piece right there. It's a little fat. I try to clean up all these hangers because they just burn up. Now, one of the things I'll do competition trim is I'll go ahead and trim these corners off to make this round, and that way if they do get a little bit toasty, it's not going to affect your tin foil. This is my other 2. Now this one we're going to do T9 Pork Perfection. This is one of our favorite rubs. We've used this rub I don't even know how long. But it is our rub that we use for our competition cooks. It's just good color, good sweet. It's just a perfect blend for ribs. Oh, if you could smell this, it just smells so good. A little bit heavier of a coat. I always go heavy. Now we're gonna let this sit for about 5-10 minutes. It's gonna go ahead and start pulling the moisture out so we can be able to flip it. They've set, and you can see when I lift this, barely anything falls off. We're just gonna flip it around. And we're just gonna rub this side. Just a good even coat. Usually I don't rub from a big bottle shaker like this. I use one of my little shakers. But that's what I have at the moment. All this stuff will be at the bottom of the video, so you know where to get it. But again, this is the Barbecue Superstore's T9 Swine Pork Perfection. It's a great rub. We use it for competition. This is usually the shakers I use to rub our ribs. You can buy these shaker bottles from them too. These will be our competition ribs today. Probably could have sweat a little better, a little more. They're heavy rubbed. But I mean, look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that rack is. I'm gonna knock the rub off of this. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a timer for 1 hour. We're cooking at 300 today. It's usually what we cook on the Outlaw. I find that the pellet cooker works good at 300. Go ahead and wrap these ribs. I use just this brown sugar, or I guess it's dehydrated sugar. You can get that at Meyer or anywhere. I use 2 tablespoons on the bottom, and I'll use 1 tablespoon on the top. This here is just some maple syrup, just regular maple syrup. I just put 4 lines. I just want some liquid in the wrap to help with that braising process. This is 999. I just put that on top. Go grab my rack of ribs. Okay, I'll do this. Just to give you a look at them. I'll do this meat side down. So I just put it on top of there. I take all these little black bits off. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It's gonna all get washed off. And then on top here, I'm gonna do the same thing. But I'm just gonna do 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. 4 lines of this. And then butter, I'm gonna put this butter right on top of the back. And this is Kerrygold Irish butter that we use. And then I'm gonna wrap this up. Take this to this. So and I always double wrap my ribs.
So good. So tender.